Okay, so here we are in front of Nolan and Mardale's home, the house that they lived in for about 50 years, and I just want to walk you through the home just to show you a little bit about some of the changes that are going to need to happen throughout Mom and Dad's house in order to accommodate Dad and his wheelchair, and just to make it a more pleasant experience inside the home. As we start our little tour here, you can see here that the first thing we need to work on is getting a ramp or a slope of some sort in order for them to get the wheelchair up onto here. Let's approach the home now, and you can see that we worked on getting a ramp built so that Mom and Dad can pull the wheelchair up this ramp and access the home a little easier. As we enter the house, welcome to Mom and Dad's house. Let's come in and we'll see some of the changes that are going to need to be made, or that we'd like to make in the house. The first thing to note here is that this carpet may be 50 years old. I'm not sure on the exact date, but I know that it's older than my siblings, and it's in some serious need of replacement. Carpet's a little bit shaggy and hard to move a wheelchair around on, therefore making it a little hard for Dad to roll that wheelchair around on, and not to mention that it is very old and starting to fade and get down to the wood flooring in some areas. But as we walk through the living room here, let's just approach this center room where the washer and dryer are, and we can see that there are pieces of rugs that have just been laid out on this hardwood flooring. Now that's not very nice hardwood flooring. I'm sure it could be with some work, but many of my siblings will know that we've had many a splinter in our feet from this wood floor. It's old and in need of some real repair to make it a nice floor to roll around on again. And again, those carpet pieces make it very difficult to maneuver on, especially when you're in a wheelchair. They do prevent the splinters, but we do need to work on that. Now let's approach the bathroom, because that's probably our biggest concern. As you'll notice, coming into the bathroom, it's very narrow. It may be hard to see that in the video, but it's very narrow to get a wheelchair in here, which obviously needs to be worked on. We have some room on the sides that we could work to expand or enlarge this entrance, but if you look at the floor here, again, we have two separate types of flooring with some rugs on here. This flooring is also extremely old, maybe as old as the house itself. If not, it's definitely, older than most of my siblings are. The flooring that was done in this room quite a few years ago, but again, needing some updating. As you can see, there's lots of holes and places where it needs to be worked on. Having a look at the sink here, it is in need of some help. It's got no bars or anything to grab onto around it. Same thing with the toilet. Don't really have anywhere for Dad or Mom to grab onto, and that makes it kind of difficult. And then my biggest concern, and probably everybody else's, is this bathtub. The bathtub has never had any shower. As you can see, there's no shower curtain, no shower head, and obviously nothing to grab onto, making it pretty hard to get around in this bathtub as you get older, and that definitely needs to be worked on. So let's come out of the bathroom and we'll go into the dining room, which will be our last room that we'll look at. The dining room, now it is accessible with the wheelchair. We've tried it and Dad can get in there, but as you can see, the first thing is just these rugs, and then the age of the carpet is wearing down to the wood flooring. And as we get a little further in here, you'll really see what I'm talking about. This flooring has really seen better days. Right down to the wood floor, we've got pieced together plastic pieces that you'd use in an office area, and it's held together by duct tape, and it's really just down to a little bit of carpet around here and mostly the wood floor. So something you would really like to change. Now we'll walk you out of the house here, and I really do hope that you'll take time to watch this and consider what you might be able to help us with. Any small donation would obviously help, and your donation can be anonymous. It can be in any amount, and anything that you can do to help us get Mom and Dad into a little better state here with a home that is more accessible and a little easier to maneuver around in. I know that they would be so thankful and so grateful for all of your support. So we love you, and we really appreciate everything you do, and we hope that you will just take a moment to donate and help be a part of this change and remodel of their home. Thank you, and we'll talk to you later.